on the shooter and those who tried to stop him. Also, the story affecting more than small college towns, universities across America, including UTEP, reevaluating security. And now big talks are coming up. Hey, enjoy the good driving conditions that you're seeing tonight with this live shot. The Storm Track weather team with changes that could affect you as you go about your day over the next week. An ABC-7 First Alert now in place, Nicole.
Rain chances will go up this weekend, but how will it affect your weekend plans? That answer in Storm Track weather.
It's all next on ABC-7 and 9. Get ready. Hopefully my voice is. You become part of the day's news right now.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley at Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC-7 at 9 on the El Paso Las Cruces CW.
Hello, everybody. This is ABC-7 at 9 on the CW. I'm Bob Harp. We'll have all the day's top stories coming up and the ones that you're talking about on social media tonight. And hey, if you would like to contact me during the show, Nicole, we've made it easy. Find me on Facebook, Bob Harp, KVIA TV, and that's how you can also reach the Storm Tracker extraordinaire, Nicole.
That's right, Nicole Gomez, KVIA TV. So just like Bob, it's my name followed by KVIA TV. Tell us what you think about the stories we cover or share your weekend pictures with us. And you may have some cool shots to take, especially with what we're tracking this weekend. Storm Track Weather First Alert has been issued. Tonight, we do have that chance for isolated storms in the forecast, but this weekend, storm chances go up, temperatures will get a little cooler, and it looks like the rain will stick around for part of next week. So we'll break down the details coming up in just a few minutes. Bob?
All right, thanks so much, Nicole. Our top story tonight, excuse me, a clearer picture of what happened in Roseburg, Oregon yesterday, and a better idea of a man who went on a shooting rampage at a community college where he was a student. Our complete coverage begins right now.
We've got multiple gunshot wounds, taking shots with him. He's in a classroom.
Well, those are the emergency recordings from the moments just after shots began ringing out on the college grounds in Roseburg, and the final moments of the gunman's life, which ended in a shootout with police. Well, late this afternoon, Oregon State Police officially confirmed the shooter was Christopher Sean Harper Mercer. ABC-7 also learned today the 26-year-old was enrolled in the classes that one of them he actually attacked in the town of Roseburg. He was a student in the class. And we also learned the gunman served briefly in the U.S. Army, starting basic training back in 2008. He was discharged a month later when he couldn't fulfill the minimum standards.
They were all purchased legally.
They were all purchased legally. That is what the ATF is saying today about the weapons Harper Mercer had. ABC-7 learned investigators recovered 6 guns at the Oregon Community College and 7 at his apartment, which is still tonight guarded by police and residents who remain on edge. An ATF spokesman saying Harper Mercer or his family bought all of those weapons legally in the last 3 years.
The victims are Lucero Alcarez.
Well, the sheriff released the name of all 9 killed by the gunman, men and women ranging in age between 18 and 67. And families of those still fighting to stay alive are bracing for the worst.
These families are currently living through the nightmare in the most personal way possible.
Today, tales of heroism also emerging. Witnesses saying 30-year-old student and Army vet Chris Mintz charged right at the gunman, trying to save anybody he could. He is out of surgery tonight. He is recovering from 7 gunshot wounds, and he is seen in the picture there being wheeled off in an ambulance.
Land of liberty, of the I sing.
And tonight, communities stand united through prayer and song, even 2,000 miles away from Roseburg, Oregon. This video new this evening from Prosper, Texas, just outside of Dallas. It's just showing a horrific tragedy that shook a small town is now shaking the rest of the country. Well, the new campus concealed carry law will go into effect at universities in Texas on August 1st of next year, then a year later in 2017 at community colleges. Texas University is now creating a task force to develop a plan for instituting that new law. The chair of UTEP's task force says his includes 26 people with faculty, staff, students, and parent representatives. He says designating exclusion zones where concealed guns will not be permitted is going to be the biggest challenge.
So it's things like a daycare center. It's things like a laboratory, maybe where there's flammable gases. We have to be very logical and strategic about what those are. We'll justify those and then recommend them to the Board of Regents for final approval.
Well, the task force has already started meeting. Their final draft is due in December and then must be approved by the UT Board of Regents. There will also be some public forums this month, and the dates and times will be released. We're expecting sometime next week. We'll let you know when that happens. How do Americans feel about gun control? Well, this CNN poll is showing 61% say stricter gun control will not reduce violence, like we saw yesterday in Roseburg, Oregon. In other news tonight, the man accused of driving drunk and leaving a woman and 3 teenage boys with serious injuries reportedly admitted to police that he had been drinking right before the wreck. The ABC-7 team did a little digging, and we got the arrest affidavit for 34-year-old Jimmy Villanueva. Remember, he's from Anthony, New Mexico. He is charged with 3 counts of intoxication assault. Police say that he crashed his truck into a woman's car Tuesday morning at Artcraft and Doniphan. That's in the Upper Valley. Well, 3 teenage boys inside the woman's car are students at Carotheo High School. Officers say they found Villanueva slumped over his steering wheel after the wreck, and there were several empty beer cans inside his truck. The driver of the car, Araceli Solis, we're told tonight she might even lose a foot because of that crash. Now, 2 of the teens were seriously hurt, and the 3rd is doing okay tonight. We also got new information today on a deadly weekend crash in East El Paso. 28-year-old Etiel Porras is charged with intoxication manslaughter and intoxication assault. The court records that we got today showing Porras ran a red light and slammed his truck into a car, killing 25-year-old Adrian Reyes, who was in that car. We learned Porras allegedly told officers he was on his way home from a bar. Investigators say they found Porras and 2 others trying to get Reyes out of the car. Porras allegedly told officers he drank about 3 beers that night. The I-team also got some info on the El Paso police officer who was also charged with drunk driving. 31-year-old Eduardo Chavez was off duty when he crashed into a wall on the border highway Tuesday night. Court documents state the 7-year veteran initially told police he was texting when he made a wide turn. The records also show Chavez refused to take a sobriety test, and his blood alcohol content, according to the arresting officers, was more than double the legal limit. Listen to this story, really tragic here. A man was run over by his own semi-truck this morning. This happened at Doniphan and Mulberry Avenue. Police telling us 56-year-old Raul Chavez did not properly put the brakes on the truck when he was getting it serviced or when he was working on it. He lost his balance as it began to roll forward. The trailer then ran over him. At last check, he's still in critical condition tonight. Let's take you back outside. At the top of the hour, we showed you the weather outside is nice and dry, so your commute tonight, if you're going anywhere, is A-OK. For those of you going downtown or anywhere else, no problems there. However, that could change in the next few days. You are under an ABC-7 First Alert, and that's when we bring in Nicole to tell us why, when, where, what's the deal.
Well, right now, those clouds pushing into our region, you can see we're already tracking some light rainfall tracking through portions of Doña Ana County. So let's zoom in just a little tighter here. We can see around Radium Springs, Las Cruces. We're seeing a lot of the darker greens develop here, so rain chances still in the forecast for tonight. As far as temperatures, still warm here in El Paso, 87 degrees, 82 in Las Cruces, 79 Alamogordo. Highs today, Camino Real, South New Mexico, 92, Sierra, 94, and at the Office of Emergency Management, 93 was the high today. But we issued that storm track weather first alert because starting Sunday and the next few days, we'll see consistent rain chances. So we'll talk about those rain chances. Some storms could develop this weekend, I should say. Cooler temperatures, and as I mentioned, it looks like the rain will stick around for a few days. So those details coming up, Bob.
All right, Nicole, we know you're going to get back to your weather lab right now, but your microphone's still hot, so you can answer me this. We know it's Friday, so that means football. Nicole, what else does it mean on ABC 7 at 9?
It means Furry Friend Friday.
I know, I had to trick you there.
Facebook Furry Friend Friday.
There you go. That's better than I would have done.
Facebook Fridays with the El Paso Humane Society, right? It took me a few minutes. I'm still in first alert mode. You got to give me a second.
I know, you're focused. Hey, we're talking about pets. You know, we always want to help animals, cats and dogs, find a home. Facebook Fridays, that's how we do it. Now, Nicole, you got to check out this story. This is really cool. The shelter posted this today on the CU on the CW page, as they do every Friday for us, saying this. Last weekend, a wonderful family stopped by the shelter hoping to find a best friend for their dog, or daughter, excuse me. This amazing little girl did not want the cutest, smallest fluffiest puppy she could find. Instead, she wanted to save the saddest, loneliest dog at the shelter. And her name is Athena. Isn't she a cutie?
She is. A 1-year-old lab mix certainly fit. Well, yeah, she fit the bill. And look at that picture. She's just beautiful. It took weeks for someone who would see beyond her gloom, I should say.
Yeah,
and now, thanks to the big heart of this little girl, Athena will never feel sad or lonely again.
Yeah, that's how Ryan from the shelter was saying, that she's just kind of down and mopey and gloom. Good one.
She's beautiful. It's a beautiful dog.
And beautiful family, right? And hey, family, we just saw you on the CW. Cool story. We love to hear that one, Nicole. We're all animal lovers here. Also, don't forget, we have your Borderline Blitz photos that you've been sharing tonight. High school football. Will your kid, or maybe you if you're watching, make the cut? We'll see your pictures coming up in just a bit. Plus, a big weather system, not just here on the eastern seaboard, we're following tonight.
Dealing with two situations, a major severe event of rainfall, at the same time having to deal with this potential hurricane.
Well, the Storm Track weather team tracking Hurricane Joaquin's every move. Some good news tonight for the folks back east who were already soaked by a separate storm. It looks like Joaquin might be shifting course, but will it miss the seaboard? We'll talk about that. This is ABC 7 and 9 on the CW. We'll be right back.